Hello there and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be reviewing part 2 of the Big Finish Once and Future sort of storyline thing. Once and Future, the artist at the end of time. So let's get into it. So as I mentioned, this is the second part of the Once and Future series, and I would say, like the first part, this is very much a standalone story. You could definitely listen to this and with any background, not have any background knowledge of the Once and Future storyline. Same with Past Lives. You could not know anything about what went on before, and you could still listen to this story, which I think's really good to get new people into Big Finish and sort of like say where to start in the massive catalogue of Doctor Who audios they have on their website. So what do I actually think of this story? I think it's a bit of a slow burner. I was expecting something sort of maybe more experimental, maybe sort of like the early Doctor Who stuff that they did with Big Finish, but I think and I also thought that maybe the storyline would have ramped up, like we would have got more information on why this has happened to the Doctor, how he can stop it. But it was very much sort of, we got the same information as we got in Past Lives, just delivered differently. But I think this story would have worked better if it was not a part of this series. I love the addition of Colin Baker as the creator, previously portrayed by Tom Baker in Day of the Doctor, and I believe that that version of the creator with Colin Baker was used in one of the 8th Doctor adventures. I think it was Stranded either 3 or 4. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I hadn't listened to any of those with him in, and when I saw the cover of it and it had him in, I was quite excited to see what his portrayal was as the creator. And I really do love sort of like the tone of the story, how like in the gallery with all the different paintings, and I love how his curse is sort of like he takes like 10 steps on each planet and then it dies, and his work goes into that gallery. I just think it's amazing, and it has loads of Easter eggs from past stories, such as in the episode The Five Doctors, they visit the Eye of Orion, and in this story they go back and visit it, and I think that was a really nice touch. And I just I don't know why, but when I was listening to it, I just thought this audio had sort of a romantic tone to it. I don't know why, but it just had that sort of, maybe with the score or something. I just thought it was a really, really good story, and I love how you still had cameos from the 1st, 2nd and 7th Doctors as he sort of flickers between his degeneration. One criticism I have for this story, I thought that, same with Past Lives, I didn't think that the companions had much to do. So in Past Lives it was Sadie Miller's Sarah Jane, and in this it was Georgia Tennant's Jenny, the Doctor's daughter. I just didn't think they had much to do, and I would love to have seen more interaction maybe with the Doctor, whether it be as the creator or the 5th Doctor. But I think there wasn't sort of much action, and I was kind of expecting more from that dynamic, as they are the Doctor's daughter in real life. So I thought maybe they would play into that a little bit more. But yeah, I'm definitely pleased with this story. I prefer Past Lives to this, even though I prefer Peter Davison to Tom Baker. I thought Peter Davison's performance was brilliant in this. Definitely one of the highlights of this story. Same with Colin Baker. But I think the next release, Genius of War, I believe it's called, I definitely think that'll ramp up the storyline as it is set in the Time War, and I think that's a really interesting thing to have the Seventh Doctor in the Time War. So I think we'll start to get some more information as the releases come out. So yeah, let me know what you think of this in the comment section down below, and hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.